Hey guys, my name is Chandra. Welcome back to another video. Today's video is how to feed your mind for artists and authors. You will probably have seen my other video, Self-Care for Writers. This ties into that, the point specifically on feeding your mind. I wanted to go a little bit more in detail about the specific things that I do to feed my mind and give me more inspiration. The first thing is I like to read. I read nonfiction, I read fiction, and I read all the genres. So I try to spread it out a lot. I do have a specific soft spot for sci-fi, fantasy, but, drama, don't forget the drama. The important thing though is I read stuff sometimes that I don't even like. And here's why. When I read a book that I don't like, I learn from it. There's things that I'm like, what is it that I don't like about this book? And then I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna write that. But if I don't know what it is that I don't like about the book, then I can't really make an effort into saying, hey, I didn't enjoy this specific aspect of a character. Maybe it's because I dislike a character who's supposed to be good or supposed to be the protagonist. Or maybe it's because it's just a shitty character. If it's just a shitty character, then I don't want to write a shitty character. But if it's like, this characteristic would be better in a villain, well, then I learned something. So either way, it's a win-win. The second thing is to watch a variety of types of movies and TV. So what I'll watch, again, all the genres, but also like watching musicals, watching a play, all that kind of stuff. There's a variety, and you see different amounts of drama in a play, or different kind of meaning, things that can be inferred, versus in a movie. It's, I don't know, there's just, you gotta watch it. It comes off totally different. So it's all about the drama. Yeah. Try it. Even if you don't like it, there's always something that you can learn from it. So if you're trying to expand as a writer, or as an artist in general, I definitely recommend spreading out and trying a bunch of different things. Number 3, listening to a variety of music. This gives you depth for your characters, depth as a creator. I don't know, it just, the moods, it's like the whole thing. I feel like when I say depth as far as characters, not all characters are going to be into the same thing. So if you're writing more diversity, then you'll have more background to draw on as far as what your characters like. That goes for the books, movies, TV, music as well. But also, when you're trying to express different emotions, music can convey different emotions. So it gives you a bit more range in that area as well. 4, try different foods, even if you don't like them. Maybe even especially if it's something that you wouldn't normally eat or you wouldn't normally be exposed to. Again, this goes to the diversity in your characters. It also goes into like giving you things that you can, it's a way you can share your opinion or the opposite of your opinion and create a bit more contrast in your characters, and everybody's not just like eating spaghetti and salad all the time. That's boring, you know? Mix it up. Number 5, people watch. This is one of my favorites, just because you can see some really random interactions, but also because you can see, I don't know, the way people are interacting. It is so much up for interpretation, right? So you can watch people and then like make up the wildest stories about them, and that's kind of writing, right? But you also get to see visual cues. So when you're writing and you want to show, not tell, you might be able to say, oh, I was watching these people and she looked like she was really mad, or maybe she was really excited, or maybe she's just a really enthusiastic talker and she was totally happy, but she's just like, I don't know, that's how I assume someone would be when they're really happy. Don't mind me. Watch people. It helps. Number 6. 6. That's 7. Oh my God, 6? That seems weird, right? That's weird. Whatever. Number 6. Take a psychology or sociology class. This goes like bigger, like, okay, maybe why the motivations behind a person's behavior, like you can get into that, or it's also like the reasons behind society. Why is society? Enough said. Number 7. I figured out the numbers this time. Go to therapy. If you know how you think or why you think the way that you think, then you can write about it more. I don't know, I think it's changed the way that I write. It helps. And maybe it's not like specific, but it also has given me more confidence to write. So there's that. It's a win-win. I mean, it might be like a real roundabout kind of whatever. Do it. I swear you won't regret it. Just make sure it's a good therapist. Like, you know, look at their reviews. It helps. But yeah, it gives you a lot more perspective, and you start to learn more about, like, I mean, yeah, you take the psychology class, but therapy's like, you know, applied psychology. So people are complicated. You need the help. Number 8. I had to think about that. My cat just bit me again. He bit me in the, I think was it this video or the last one? Anyway, he bit me, and it's because he wants me to play with him. But that's not why you're here. Number 8, take an improv or acting class. Yeah, that makes a big difference. The thing that I learned the most from taking, I actually worked with an acting coach, and I do that periodically, but the big thing that I learned from that was the escalation of emotions, right? So therapy, psychology, all that, it talks, you'll learn about like your actual feelings, but when you're in the moment, and something crazy happens, like there's an escalation of your emotions. It might be, you know, like shock, confusion, anger, like surprise, confusion, happiness. Like it could be, there's an escalation. And so what I learned from doing that one-on-one coaching was like, when you have to act it out, you realize that you can't just pop into a scenario or a situation or a scene and be like, I'm angry all of a sudden. People are like, if you're watching a movie and someone goes from like 0 to 100 and that's not in their like character arc, or you're just getting to meet them, you're like, okay, what's going on with this person? It doesn't come across as natural unless it's like the actual character. So as far as developing characters, you want to make sure, one, you're differentiating them, but also if like this one character is always flying off the handle, maybe that's their baseline, but this other character who's always chill, it's gonna have to be like, you're gonna have to ratchet it up a lot, and you're gonna have to show a progression. Otherwise it's just like, yo, that person's not acting in character at all. When you're writing, it's gonna be, yo, that person's like, that they would not do that. That's not how that would happen. So it helps you to distinguish that. And if you do it like in an improv class, even if it's not your thing and you're not going to do it regularly, it helps to like mentally flesh it out and be like, okay, this character's this way, or this character's this way, and why, and then how do I step into that? So those are my tips for how to feed your mind as an artist and author. And the reason I specifically said artist and author is because I think these same tips apply when you are creating, because I also paint. And although I may not be thinking about the specific like emotion of a character, I will still be thinking about emotion. So, and I do paint abstract, so some of my art is actually what emotion looks like, even though it isn't necessarily human. There's definitely an emotional feel to it. So I think all of this, in my opinion, art and creativity stems from emotion, so studying it helps us to convey it more clearly. I hope this was helpful for you, and I will see you next time. Thank you to my Patreons, and don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe.